There is a conflict that we often talk about when we get together and talk about these current issues that are in the news. And, the conflict is usually about, the belief of women having to believe women right away when they say that they have been harmed or, sexually abused by someone. But then there's the other thing that is really supposed to happen where it's like innocent until proven guilty. And so that conflict, they definitely fight with each other, I believe. It's just this particular case where, right away the accused is believed to be wrong. And it ruins their lives, whether it's true or not. So, can you tell us a little bit more about the tug of war that's happening between those two things?
Absolutely, Erica. The theory put forth by the Me Too movement is grounded in sound socio-demographic research, psychological research, and comes from a genuine desire to encourage the reporting of sexual assault by children, women, men, and anybody that has been through that traumatic event. And historically, all the way up until very recently, the last 4 or 5 years, these sorts of crimes have gone grossly underreported for a variety of reasons: fear, shame, dependency on the assailant. But law enforcement, and also, I guess I should say, law enforcement has historically been notorious about victim shaming through interrogation of the accuser, putting them through a variety of inappropriate and scientifically unsound procedures, putting them in circumstances and asking them about what they were wearing. Did you agree to go home with this person? Were you flirting with them? And things of that nature. So the Me Too movement and the idea that we start by believing a person is well founded. But when we juxtapose it against the fundamental American belief that people should be innocent unless their accuser can prove them guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, is real, and it's dangerous. Joe Biden is himself walking a very fine line between advocating for the belief of women who come forward, disclose allegations of sexual conduct, sexual assault conduct, and other domestic violence incidents. But also putting forth his personal experience of now being falsely accused from his perspective of a sexual assault. And how do we protect those who have been accused outside of the court of law? We have to be open-minded and understand that false allegations are real. By some studies, up to 30 to 40% of allegations are in fact false. Now, we as members of the society have to accept those two perspectives. And in particular, as a criminal defense attorney, I have to understand that there's the court of public opinion and the court of law. And balancing the difference between those two courts is critically important, from the advocacy that we do for our clients in the media, in social media, and in their personal lives with employers and loved ones, to the different arguments that we have to make in a court of law and based on proof beyond a reasonable doubt. The reality is the world, Erica, is not black and white. It is an infinite number of shades of gray. And that is the real world that we live in. But when we're talking about proof beyond a reasonable doubt, and we're talking about allegations that are as serious as this, as serious as changing the entire course of the history of a country, we should really be leaning towards a much higher level of proof in those circumstances.